Hi, it's Gina. Welcome to the Library Mouse and welcome to the vlog. I don't know how many days I will do this. I'm thinking either one day or the weekend, but it is Friday and I have some errands to run, and I thought that you would enjoy the very exciting life that I lead. So I'll take you along with me. We have some Walmart pickup, a couple visits to a little free library. I think going through the Goodwill book area, reading. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? I had other plans for today, and to be honest, I don't feel like doing them because it was a lot of driving. I just didn't feel like driving. My air conditioning has gone in my car and I cannot get it in to be charged until Wednesday. And if I don't have to drive super far in my hot car, then I'm not going to. So let's get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do is pick out some books to go into the little free library. So the first one that I grabbed is Browsings. It is by Michael Dirda. He was winner of the Pulitzer Prize, and this was a collection of essays on books and reading and writing. And to be honest, I DNF'd this. I don't know. I thought it would be really good. I liked the cover. It's a year of reading, collections, and living with books. I have found that I'm not a big essay reader, so this one is going. I'm also unhauling this. This is the nutritional program for cancer and other illnesses. It's the Gerson therapy book. I had gotten this, when we were dealing with Chuck's cancer, and I had gone down to visit my mom in April, right before Easter, and this book was delivered, and I told Chuck that when I got back home, we were going to really, really dig into this therapy and, see if the nutrition would help. I mean, obviously it can't hurt. And I got home on, I think I got home on a Sunday, and we wound up calling 911 on Wednesday, so we never really had a chance. And it just makes me mad looking at this book. So I'm unhauling at least these two books. I have two little free libraries to go to, but I also have Mind Change. That has been in my bag since the last time I was going to unhaul a couple of books, and I never did make it to the free library I was going to. So I have 3 books to unhaul today. I'm up in my office because my hair looks horrible today. Before I leave to go do anything, I want to show you. I had forgotten that I had made these, and I had made them specifically to put into books that I unhaul on little free libraries. So I had made these little bookmarks, and it says, check out the Library Mouse on YouTube. So I have my channel, and I have my little logo, and then I just had keep on reading on the back. And I thought that I would hole punch it and do like some kind of crocheted little ribbon. I have not had a chance to do that yet, but I'm going to stick these in the 2 little free libraries that I'm going to. So I thought that would be fun, and I need to make more. So I think I'm going to work on that. I have a laminator from when I was teaching, so I just printed it out and laminated it. So I forgot I had these, so I'm going to stick these in the little free library when I go. And, if somebody, maybe it'll get some more people to check out my channel. Okay, time to eat some breakfast. Usually at this time, I sit and watch YouTube videos. Look how hot my coffee is. It's steamy. But I decided that I would read today. So right now I'm currently reading the Banned Books Club, and I am reading Sirens. Sirens, I'm over half done. And the story is just starting to pick up. I feel like this was is a lot slower than Wayward. I just keep waiting. Like, come on, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? This is pretty good. So far, it doesn't really talk too much about the Banned Books Club. The book club plays a very, very, very small role in this book so far, and I'm almost half finished. So basically, it's about a woman named Gia who left her hometown after accusing one of her favorite teachers of molesting her. The town took sides. It ruined his family's life forever. She's gone back home now to help take care of her her ailing mother. She has cancer, and her sister has been picking up the slack and taking care of her mom. But her sister is in a very bad marriage, and asking Gia to come help out really is twofold. Yes, she does need help, but she's also planning to leave her husband. Nobody knows that yet, except Margot, the sister who's going to leave. So there's a lot of dynamics going on in this book. I do like it, but right now it's not what I thought it was going to be based on the title. Let's put it that way. Okay, so we're off to the first little free library. It is one that is not well used, I don't think, and I've never found anything while I was there. But I'm going to look, and I am going to unhaul 2 books there as long as there's room. Sometimes there's no room. So let's go check it out. Ugh, it's always such a mess. Let's see. Lots of kids' books. Okay. Okay, so this next little free library is at a park. It's usually well stocked. I'm going to do a walk first. I'm going to try to do a mile. I'll show you some of the scenery. I was here in the winter with Chuck, but it's pretty today. It's a little gloomy, but yeah, it's one of the Finger Lakes. Found a couple books there. Now I am headed to Goodwill and then Walmart, and I'll show you my haul when I get back. So today is a little unusual. I got home and I sat on the porch and read for a little bit, and then I was really, really sleepy and I started to not feel so great. So I laid on the sofa and took like a 20-minute cat nap, which I never do. So now I'm out here and I'm gonna take advantage of my quiet time. I'm trying to drink. Our town water is tasting not so great. So I've been trying some different water, and I was trying not to have plastic. So I found this liquid death mountain water in a can. It looks like beer, doesn't it? So it was very weird popping the can and tasting water, but it tastes like water. So I'm drinking that, and I have Mother Earth. I have 1 million copies of my Mother Earth magazine, and I love it. And then I have 2 copies, 2 This Old House magazines. My dad always got This Old House. And when he was done reading them, he would pass them on to me. I grew up as a kid watching This Old House with him. And as an adult, yeah, that's what he would give me. So I have, ants crawling on me. I have his old copies of This Old House. So I'm going to float around and read for a little bit. And when I go in, I'm going to share the books that I got from Goodwill and from the second little free library that I went to, which I didn't even film. Okay, dinner's over. I thought that I would share my mini haul with you. So I wound up with 4 books today. I got 2 books, 2 books at the Goodwill, and I got 2 books from the little free library that I messed up filming. So let's start with the little free library. So I left Mind Change in one, and then I left the other 2 books. One was the Gerson Therapy, and then the collection of essays. I left that at the park little free library. And these are the books that I got. So I got this book, Sarah Vaughan, Little Disasters. It looks like suspense. Really quick, I'll just read the back of it. It says, Jess is a stay-at-home mother of 3 with boundless reserves of patience, energy, and love. To the rest of the world, including her friend Liz, she is a paragon of motherhood. And then one moment changes everything. Dark thoughts and carefully guarded secrets surface, and Liz is left questioning everything she thought she knew about her friend and about herself. Lives are in danger, and the truth can't come out soon enough. It says, it's a tightly wound and evocative page-turner that will haunt you long after you finish the last page. So, sounds like it might be pretty interesting. So I've never read anything by Sarah Vaughan. And then this is, now I've heard of this book before. I have never read it. Sometimes Oprah's book club books are hit and miss for me. But this is Fall on Your Knees. It is written by Anne Marie MacDonald. So it says a big, bold, epic shocker of a novel reads as if John Irving met Joyce Carol Oates in her Gothic period. It's a wild ride. So basically it says the Piper family is steeped in secrets, lies, and unspoken truths. At the eye of the storm is one secret that threatens to shake their lives and even destroy them. Most family sagas have some deep, dark family secret that is going to ruin the family if it ever comes out. This is no exception. It's set on Cape Breton Island off Nova Scotia. It's a multi-generational saga that chronicles the lives of 4 unforgettable sisters. I love family sagas. Love them. For a long, long, long time, like in my 20s, basically all I read was family sagas. Multi-generational through the years. I love them. I'm hoping that this is a good book. I'm hoping that once I finish my library books, these books, I feel compelled enough to like, these are going to be my next TBRs for August. Then at Goodwill, I have another Leanne Moriarty book. I love Leanne Moriarty. And this is What Alice Forgot. It says it is heartfelt, witty, and thought-provoking. I rarely dislike anything that she writes. It says Alice Love is 29, crazy about her husband, and pregnant with her first child. So imagine Alice's surprise when she comes to on the floor of a gym, which she hates. She hates the gym, and is whisked off to the hospital where she discovers the honeymoon is truly over. She is getting divorced, has 3 kids, and is actually 39 years old. Now she must piece together the events of a lost decade and try to reconstruct her life at the same time. Sounds good. And then finally, I've seen so many people talk about this book. It is Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. I've wanted to read this, so I was really excited to see it there. It says it pairs well with 1984 or The Handmaid's Tale. Basically, if you have not heard about this book, it says when global climate change and economic crisis has led to social chaos in the early 2020s, California becomes full of dangers, from pervasive water shortage to masses of vagabonds who will do anything to live to see another day. 15-year-old Lauren lives inside a gated community with her preacher father, family, and neighbors, sheltered from the surrounding anarchy. In a society where any vulnerability is a risk, she suffers from hyper-empathy, a debilitating sensitivity to others' emotions. So she must make her voice heard in order to protect her loved ones from the imminent disasters her small community stubbornly ignores. It sounds good. It sounds a bit dystopian. I want to see when it was written. So it was written in 1993, which I feel is really interesting that it takes place in the early 2020s. So it's like taking place right now. So that should be interesting to read. I think I'm probably going to start with this book after my library books are over. But I thought that was a pretty good book haul. I didn't get anything that I did not think that I would read. The next time I go out to a little free library, I'm going to take Cackle with me for sure, because I know I will never read that book again. So now it is a little after 5. I'm all done with dinner because I do intermittent fasting. So I want to be done by 5. My daughter and her family are coming over to swim, although it's still really hot, but it's getting cloudy, so I don't know. Yeah, so I'll chat with you later. Well, it looks like this is going to be a multi-day vlog. It is Saturday morning, and I've got the kitten milk. I give them a little kitty milk treat. It's this. Do they really need it? They're old enough, they don't really need this, but they do enjoy this little warm treat in the morning. So I'm taking it in, and I'll see if I can set this up so you can see them, because they've gotten big, and I still have them. They're going to the vet Monday, and then the Humane Society, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to have me give them to foster parents or take them to an adoption event, but let's go check them out. Adorable. Come on over, everybody. They're so sweet. And all I do is sit down, and here they come running. Hi, honeys. They're just so sweet. Just such sweet kittens. Hi, honey. Aren't they cute? Yes, hello. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hello. Hello. Hi. The only trouble is they're still scared of other people. I'm glad I have this is a very old sofa, and this is the room that's going to be the library, but obviously it's a cat room right now. So they have been just ripping this thing to shreds, and he sees the camera. Oh my goodness. He's looking at it. I don't know if you'll be able to see him, but he's very curious. Whoops. This is the K litter. So we have Casey. He sees himself. This little girl is Katie. At least I think she's a girl. She was the runt. She's the reason why I couldn't get him to the vet sooner, because she had to be 2 pounds. And this is Kermit. But yeah, as soon as I come in, this is what they do. They just jump up here. Casey's just very intrigued by the camera. I look like the quintessential cat lady in that video. My good Lord. If they needed a model for that term, just that video would do it. But they really are super sweet. They are very tame now with me. And I was thinking I was doing such a great job getting them tamed, ready for a new owner. And then my daughter came over and they hid. They wouldn't come out. So they're going to be a hard litter for me to get rid of, because they are just, I've never had a litter so attached. So that's going to be hard. But that's okay. They'll be fine once they get used to everything. So, yeah. So that's how my morning starts. Cat feeding, cat litter, taking the dogs out. I've already worked in the garden at like 6:30 this morning. So now it is 7:30, time for my workout. Well, today flew by. I had my son come over. He swam for about 3 hours. Then my daughter and 2 grandchildren came over, and they were outside for about 2 hours. So all in all, I spent about 5 hours in the pool today, which is why I'm just still a big mess. But it was a really nice day. It was in the 90s. It was just nice to talk and float around, and yeah. You know, I was talking to my son, and he said one of the things that really, really, really has changed him since his father passed away is that he's much, much more aware that time is precious, and that instead of saying, I have time, I really don't feel like doing this with this person or this with this one, I can do it another day. That you need to take advantage of the time that you have to spend with the people that you care about. And it's true. And I think it really, really hits home when something like that happens. So we had nice discussions. So I am watching some YouTube videos now because I am pooped. And I have to show you the dogs. The dogs are pooped too. They've been outside with us in the shade. And yeah, so I'll catch you later. I think that tomorrow I'll wrap the vlog up, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. Hattie is very tired. And well, Nellie was sleeping, but she's not anymore. Nellie, are you tired? What are you doing? Leave the kittens alone. Okay, I'm back. It's Sunday now. I've been so busy. I've had so much company using the pool that I really have not picked up my camera at all, or my phone. I try not to get like grandkids' faces, and there was a lot of people over swimming, which was really nice. I did get reading done in between time. It's starting to thunder outside. We're gonna have a storm. I just took Hattie to the groomers. She gets so afraid. She's a very, very anxious dog. She is a Amish puppy mill rescue. We got her, someone rescued her. They found her in a cage in the front yard of this Amish farm. They rescued her. We adopted her from them, this college girl who had stopped at the farm. Anyway, I think because she was in a dog crate in the front yard like for a really long time. She's very anxious. Plus, I think Aussie Border Collie mix tend to be a little anxious anyway. So she does not get left alone. Other dogs, we've been able to board them when we go on vacation, and I'm very afraid to board Hattie. I don't want her to be different after we pick her up. So yeah, she is not happy that I left her at the groomer, but it takes her about an hour and a half to groom her, and she really needed it. Oh, we're gonna have a storm. Hopefully it's not when I have to leave to get the dog. Anyway, I finished the Banned Books Club yesterday. I gave this a 3.5 on my story graph. I'll link it below, my story graph. I love using story graph, and I want to do a check-in, and I think I'm going to use my story graph to do it. But anyway, this was an okay book. I enjoyed reading it. It is not going to win any prizes, I wouldn't think. Never say never, but I wouldn't think it would win any prizes. It's not a book that I would go out to buy so that I have it on my bookshelf. But it's basically the story of a girl who left town because her high school teacher molested her. She comes back to town to take care of her mother who has cancer. In the meantime, she becomes friends with this teacher's son who lives across the yard from her. And she tries to persuade them that she was telling the truth and his father was lying. And then here comes a storm. And then we also have her sister who is running away from a bad marriage to a violent man. So when you wrap that all up, you get the Banned Books Club. The Banned Books Club itself plays very little role in the story. It's used as a way to, she had this Banned Books Club while she was in high school. And the teacher that had molested her really helped her out with the banned books club. When she left town, she kind of kept like a small virtual banned books club going, but I think it was used in a way to get, when she came back to town, to get her friends to come to her. So she restarted the banned books club. Banned books are, I can't even remember a time when they're really discussed. This played such a small role compared to what I thought it was going to be based on the title. But, I mean, it was still a cute little friend or enemy to friend romance. It was good. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it either. So now I am going to sit here while I wait for Hattie, and I'm going to finish Sirens. I am almost done. This definitely picked up the second half of the book, and I'm enjoying it a lot more. So I'm going to sit here while it's storming outside. It still looks pretty bright though. You can't really see out my window, but you could probably hear the rain. And I'll talk to you later. Well, we got caught in the storm. Addie didn't mind, but I had to pull over multiple times because I couldn't see anything. So we're just gonna sit here in the driveway and wait for the rain to stop. Okay, well, this has been a good reading day. I finished Sirens, and it was good. It was the second half of the book was much better than the first half. I felt there was a lot of setting the stage for the story that could have been more succinct, but I loved how it ended. I loved the connections of the stories, and basically it is the past with future and Irish mermaids. It's very good. I'm not going to say more than that, but it was unique. Let's put it that way. I would give this 4 stars just because the first half was so slow. It was not a 5-star like Wayward was, but I still think it's very enjoyable. I think anyone who likes magical realism would enjoy it. So yeah, so 2 books done in one day. Now I have to figure out what else I'm reading. I do need to start The Scarlet Letter. That is going to be the second book, the second classic book in Suey's challenge to read 6 classic books this year. So I've read A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, and I'm going to read The Scarlet Letter because I recently just finished 2 books that had to do with the reimagining of Nathaniel Hawthorne's writing of The Scarlet Letter. And one of those books was Hester. I can't remember the name of the other book. If I can think of it, I will put the video where I talked about it wherever it's going to be. On that note, I am going to wrap this vlog up. Hope you enjoyed a little bit more reading content with this vlog, and I will see you soon on the next video. Happy reading.